I think just the biggest thing was how we finished the game. I've been saying that for a while, and I told the guys at the hotel. We had a little offensive meeting before we came over to the stadium, and I told them that, I want to be calling plays in the fourth quarter when the game's on the line. And I challenged them, do y'all want the ball in your hand when the game's on the line? And that's what they did. It was very, it was good to see us kind of come over the hump and go win the game. Last year in that game, we felt like offensively we played good up until the very end and didn't finish it. And so that was obviously a big talking point, coaching point throughout the week is, if we get up on these guys, let's finish it. And sure enough, it's tied in the fourth quarter, and we got to go win it, and our guys did a good job.
Chance that you guys averaged like over 7 yards on first downs. What was the key to being so successful on first down?
I think, we threw the ball well on first down. We were able to, push the ball down the field a little bit. From the very start of the game, we hit the corner route to Traylon and kind of softened them up, which in turn, loosened up some running lanes inside. We were pretty simple in the run game, just kind of spreading them out, and they never really made an adjustment, so we just kept coming back to it, and so I think that had a lot to do with it.
You guys had real good balance on pass run. How good is that when you're able to kind of even them out like that?
Yeah, our goal is to be 50-50 as much as we can, and we were 51% pass. So, that was pretty good. You don't get that very much, but we were able to stay balanced and do some good things in both pass and run game.
Coach, your thoughts on Nick Starkel as you're, watching the game unfold, and then also just going back and watching the film?
Yeah, same thing I've thought about Nick all along. He's very talented, has a tremendous arm. We've got to eliminate some things, some mistakes that we made, and I don't want to downplay how Nick played, but there's some things in the offense that Nick can do better, and that's what I'm gonna challenge him, because I want him to be great. I don't want him to be good. I want him to be an elite player for us, and I think we can get him there by eliminating a few of the things that he kind of messed up. So he played great, pushed the ball down the field, got the ball to some playmakers. Obviously, there in the fourth quarter, hitting CJ on the wheel route there to kind of break it open, and CJ did the rest. So he did really, he had a good game as we expected, but again, we want to continue to get him better and making him an elite quarterback to one of the best to ever come through here, hopefully.
Just how comfortable do you feel about guard, since I guess we're moving Cunningham more to tackle?
Yeah, we've been kind of talking as a coaching staff. Myron, we feel like has done an okay job at guard, but he is a tackle. So one of the reasons behind that is, you look out there at Dalton and Colton, and they play really, really well until the end. They kind of wear down a little bit. So we're going to try to, use Myron to help spell some guys and get some guys take a couple reps off of them to keep them fresh in the fourth quarter, and that's what we're going to try to do. So obviously with Ricky playing pretty well and Caps being back, we were able to do that.
Also with Clary, is it kind of a combination of just 3 years of playing in the line and developing, and what's been the biggest difference in him now than last year?
Yeah, I think, I always refer back to when the program came here and really worked with us and worked with our leaders and worked with Ty. He was one of the guys we really put in front of those guys and said, we need this guy to really become a leader. And you see, I think it was the third or fourth play of the game. If you go back and watch, you see one of our guys kind of screwed up a pass protection, and Ty went over there and jumped him pretty good, and because it's starting to mean more to Ty, and I think he's really taking a leadership role in that room and doing a really good job of bringing the other guys along and being a communicator, letting everybody know the calls that we're in, and doing a really good job of picking it up.
Coach, on the first time you guys got down to the critical zone on that first drive, did you guys know that you would take a shot to the end zone like that? Was that the first option, and just how did that play call come about?
Yeah, Nick, we give our quarterbacks options to do that anytime we get in the red area, tight zone area. So it was a good job by him and Trey seeing it, and Nick threw a good ball up, and Trey went up and made a play. It was good to see. But those guys, we give them options like that all the time, and You see Nick signaling sometimes out there to guys and just giving them freedom to take what he sees, and that's what he did on that play.
I want to ask you how your O-lineman graded out. And it looked on the short touchdown runs that there were some really big creases, like maybe not untouched type runs.
Yeah, I mean, I thought our guys, our coaching staff did a great job too of scheming some things up, and obviously when it's executed, our O-line does a really good job. You have really big creases to run in, and that's what happened. And those guys played pretty good. Coach Fry felt really. Felt a lot better after this game. Our guys did some good things in the run game. Obviously, we were able to move some guys off the ball. We thought Colorado State was, D-line was going to be like an SEC D-line. So, it wasn't that we were playing somebody terrible. Those guys were pretty good players up front, and we were able to move them. So that was good to see.
Coach, when you guys aren't able to finish off drives, how nice is it to have a guy like Connor to fall back on?
Yeah, it was awesome, man. I sent Connor a text Saturday night. That was big time. I'm gonna be honest. I was a doubter. I didn't know if he could hit it, and he drilled it. I think the ball hit the hog pen back there. I mean, it hit the fence, so he killed it, and I think it would have been good from 60 plus. So. It was awesome. Great to see Connor have that and get some confidence in him. And, he like I said, he knew it was in as soon as he hit it. And Jack, we're talking in the quarterback room yesterday, and Jack said, yeah, we knew it was in as soon as he kicked it. So it's good to have him out there, obviously, and be able to make a 54-yarder like he did.
What's your take on their defense? I guess by a lineman, it looks like they got a 3-4 all the time. Do they play a 3-4 all the time? 31, the linebacker, Ethan Aguayo, he's got 34 tackles in 2 games. What do you think of him and just their defense overall?
Yeah, I think, day one, they're a 3-down structure team. They are very multiple. You get them into 4-down with different formations that you get in. So they do a lot of different things we'll have to be prepared for. Again, we'll take the rest of the day and game plan, not have practice today, and really put together a good plan for these guys. But they're very multiple. We're going to have to be alert on some things. Number 11 to me is the one that stands out. He's flies around the ball. He's violent. He makes tries to make a lot of plays. He's the one that really stands out to me in terms of, just a guy that plays 100% with a big motor and doesn't ever take a play off, and he's trying to hurt you when he gets there. I mean, he's a football player. So we'll have to be ready for a lot of their guys. Like you said, 31's a good player. There's a lot of 92's a good player. So there's some guys we'll have to be ready for.
When you attack the corners like you did, what does that do for a unit when your quarterback will throw it up and trust his guy to win one-on-ones or just to get past the cornerback? What does that kind of do for a unit and play calling?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. The first 2 games, those guys are true freshmen, and it's good to see those guys kind of grow up in the 3rd game and go up and make some plays. I've been saying it, those guys just got to get some reps. They got to grow up quickly. They're going to be tremendous players for us, and I think you kind of saw a glimpse of that on Saturday. But again, it's just one game. We got to put it all together for the whole season, and hopefully we can carry that momentum into the next week and in the weeks to come.
Joe, with Ricky Stromberg, what's he doing to start as a true freshman? That's pretty rare, especially for an SEC team, to see a true freshman start on the offensive line.
He's just very athletic. He plays hard. Pass protects well. He's got some work to do in the run game. You saw I think their guy beat him a couple times on Saturday, but he's just very athletic. He tries hard. He's a good player. He's smart. He's not intimidated. Like I said, when we told him he's going to start against Ole Miss, he was just, okay, sounds good, coach, And so he's just a dude. He's just a player that we like, and he's doing a really good job for us. He's got to keep coming along, though. He's got to make some better blocks in the run game, but at times. But he's doing a really good job in pass protection as well.
Other than Rakeem, you guys have struggled a little bit getting anybody going in the run game. Did things just open up more for Devwall, and Chase also had 2 carries for 17 yards, or was it a different mentality going in?
No, I mean, it was kind of the same plays we were running with Rakeem that we ran with Devwall and Chase, and the only one I can think of is the one that Devwall hit up the sideline. Was a little bit different scheme, and we didn't get back to that call, but we had it called another time and jumped offside. So the same scheme. I think again, our offensive line did a good job. I think we did a good job keeping them spread out as well and letting some natural running lanes kind of come through. So all 3 of those guys ran the ball well, and we're really excited about those guys.
Although it got voided by a penalty, how much of a confidence boost for the offense going forward on the 4th and 1?
Yeah, I mean, I thought that was a big call by Coach, and, the game was tied at the time, late in the 3rd quarter, and we decided to go for it, and I think we were going to get it pretty easily there. But it was, big confidence boost. It wasn't very far to go, so we should get that every time.
I know Chief has talked about Scuda. He never wants them to play more than like 75% of the snaps. With your tackles, with Cunningham kind of rotating in, do you have a target percentage there? Or is it going to be just kind of a feel it out this first time?
Yeah, it's kind of a feel it out thing. I'd have to go back and get the exact numbers of the plays for the last 3 games, but it just seems like towards the end of the game, those guys kind of get gassed a little bit. I know it's hot out there at times, but I think that being able to move Myron and take some plays off those guys, I think you'll see a dramatic improvement late in the game, 4th quarter.
That touchdown play O'Grady had, I mean, you're up there in the box. Well, it looks like he's going to get stopped at about the 40.
You going to put that on me?
What do you mean? No,
I was telling him to go down.
Yeah. I just wonder what your thought. He even said after the game maybe it was a dumb play because they're trying to strip the ball, but he obviously turned out well.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
That's what I was saying. You're going to put that on. I was telling him to go down. I mean, I was go down because I saw him stripping at the ball, and it's just an unbelievable effort played by him to keep his feet, hold on to the football, and with all of them ripping it out or trying to rip it out, and. It was a big time. I said it on the headset. It's just a big time play and a big time game by a big time player. So that's what it's all about.
One more from Coach Craddock. Yeah, how did Dawson Camps grade? How did he look?
He did good. Again, coming off of his injury, we brought him. We didn't start him, brought him in, but he did some good things. He's continuing to get better, learning the position. Obviously, he's only been doing it for about a year now, so. He's making huge strides. I think he practiced a little bit on Tuesday, tried to go a little bit, but he's the more practice, the more reps he gets, the better he's going to be. So, all right, thanks, guys.